From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Friday, September 11th, 2015. Silver is trading at $14.59 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,106 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $242. AntiWar.com reports the Saudi military has been talking up an escalation of the war against Yemen all week, announcing thousands of additional foreign troops to enter the country, but on Thursday seemed once again to be focused on their ongoing campaign of airstrikes against the capital city of Sana'a. As usual, the airstrikes hit near military targets, and at least 8 civilians were killed in the attacks, including 6 beekeepers who were hit in an air salvo against a honey farm. Officials described the beekeepers as being killed by mistake. Elsewhere, one of the major private hospitals in Sana'a was battered by constant explosions, and a number of patients fled the building, fearing it was going to collapse from the strikes that pounded the area, which was near a military site. The civilian toll at this point is still very preliminary, with a number of ambulances struggling to make their way through the rubble and get the casualties of the strikes. In addition to attacks near military bases, a number of residential areas were also hit in apparent attempts to bomb the homes of political leaders seen as friendly to the Shiite Houthi movement. Coinbase is a simple and secure online Bitcoin wallet for sending, receiving, and storing Bitcoin. Coinbase also allows you to buy and sell Bitcoin using a bank account or use their tools to accept Bitcoin as a merchant. Coinbase has more than 1 million consumer wallets and is trusted by over 25,000 merchants, including Overstock.com, Khan Academy, Reddit, and of course, FPP. I trust Coinbase. You should too. Get started at coinbase.fppradio.com. That's coinbase.fppradio.com. UPI reports controversial right-to-die legislation allowing doctors to prescribe life-ending medication to terminally ill patients passed in the California Assembly on Wednesday. The 43-34 vote came after passionate debate by legislators, many offering personal experiences coping with dying friends and relatives. Catherine Baker, one of the 3 Republicans who voted in favor of the bill, was initially skeptical before agreeing that terminal patients should avoid what she sees as needless pain at their deaths. Baker said, "I believe it's nothing short of cruel to deny them a choice in their final hours and days." She added, "They are going to die," noting that the issue should be whether or not they are going to die from pain, suffocation, drowning in their own fluids, and starving, or whether they will die in a peaceful setting. The bill now heads to the state Senate, where it is expected to be approved and will then go to Governor Jerry Brown for his signature. For over 35 years, Roberts & Roberts has been a trusted source for buying and selling your investment-grade precious metals. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and permanently removed the minimum purchase order for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on investing and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 850-478-5270 or online at rrbi.co. Reuters reports a Baltimore judge on Thursday denied a request for a change of venue for the trials of 6 police officers charged in the death of Freddie Gray, who died from an injury in police custody. The death in April triggered protests, including a day of rioting, and fueled a U.S. debate on police treatment of minorities. Defense lawyers for the officers had argued before Circuit Court Judge Barry Williams that intense publicity made it impossible to hold a fair trial in Baltimore. Protesters outside the courthouse cheered the decision, as did Baltimore Mayor Stephanie Rawlings Blake, who told reporters it will allow the city to focus on healing. But one of the lawyers representing the 6 officers expressed disappointment. Ivan Bates, speaking on behalf of the entire defense team, said the information which has been made public by the state omits very crucial and important facts and paints a very inaccurate picture of what really happened on that day in April. Now we turn to the citizens of Baltimore City. We ask you to listen to the entire story, and we ask you to honestly figure out what happened in that van. This hearing came a day after the city's Financial Control Board approved a $6.4 million civil settlement to the Gray family. The Fraternal Order of Police criticized the settlement because it had been reached before the officer's case was heard. Their separate trials are set to begin next month. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.